What's up, everybody? We are back for another.
Morning, everybody.
Mm, that's Mo Will. Finally back in the studio with us again. I am Luke, and what's the name of our show? That's not the name of the show.
Oh, we don't.
The show is called Beauty and the Brains Podcast, right here on WPMM Internet Radio Station.
My bad.
We are glad to be back this Saturday morning, even though it's kind of gloomy outside today. Somebody said it's gonna rain. Hold on, let me make sure my thing is public on here. Hold
I'd
on.
be surprised if it rained again. So
It was cutting up last night.
it was quite soothing yesterday.
Quite soothing.
Yes.
Hold on, let me turn you up here.
The best sleep in the world
Mm,
when
okay.
it's raining.
Let's see. So I'm gonna change that. All right. So on my Facebook Live now, it is public. So y'all should be able to see that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's your week been like?
Side eye. It's been too crazy right now. Like school, working, maintaining. Is yeah.
Mm,
Just pray for me, please.
let's pray for Mo.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't be here next weekend.
I will.
You will? Okay.
Mhm.
So we'll have 2 weekends in a row. But them clinicals is what y'all up on now. Huh?
Mhm.
Amazing. So for me, the week has been good. You know what I'm saying? It's been blessed. I'll say that. Um, yeah, and I feel good. I've been falling asleep a lot on the couch lately.
Cause it's that type of season.
It really is though. And then falling asleep all different times of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like it don't matter. Um, the morning time is the nighttime and vice versa now.
The time change got a little melatonin in it.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Time change got a little melatonin in it.
Just a
Heavy.
little bit.
That's
Just a little
heavy.
bit.
Putting us to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're gonna be a continuation of the Love Chronicles. Um, which we had started. I think we what 4 episodes in, something like that. How many episodes in?
I think about 4.
We four. So okay, so we 4 episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a continuation of that today. So Mo is going to be taking over, and yeah, we're glad to have you back.
All right, people. I have a questions for you, and I have a lot of them. So today's question, well, right now, is: do you have a love of your life, and what makes them that?
You say what?
Do you have a love of your life, and what makes them that?
What a love of my life, and what will make them a love of my life?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. You going
Mm-hmm.
heavy right out the gate?
Yes, romance.
Um, I'll say yes. It's like yes, but then you don't know until you know.
What makes you know? Like, what's that knowing?
What's the knowing to knowing that you
How
have?
do you know that that's your love of your life?
Well, I believe this. So you see like how Nelly and Ashanti are now.
Mhm.
So if you can let something leave you and then come back to you and you can still maintain the same wavelength that y'all on when y'all were good
Mhm.
and you could bring that back around, then I feel like that's a potential for a love of your life. But I don't think that you can measure or quantify love of your life just off of a year, 2 years, 3 years. I don't think you can do that. I think because especially now, because you'll think you locked in solid, and then all of a
Next thing
sudden
you know, they gone.
they just like left field type thing. So that love of your life, I think that's when that comes with proven situations, and y'all have come through those situations together. Then over time, you can be like, you know what, this is the love of my life. Because then that love has outshone the other loves
Mhm.
that you have. So I think that's an experience game. Good question.
What did you feel like? How would like emotionally? How do you know?
How would I project that to
Mhm.
feel like? Um, Safety.
Mhm.
To safety, it would be safety. It would be the consistency of knowing that person is there,
Mhm.
and it would be the long suffering part. Like no matter what comes, we gonna saddle up and tackle this together,
Okay.
and that feels like safety.
Hmm. It's good. It's good.
First question out the gate,
Yep.
heavy.
We're coming with heat.
Okay. Oh, don't forget, y'all, if you want to call in, eight
Please
five
call
zero
in.
221 0396.
Mhm.
If y'all have some commentary or something like that that you would like to add. See, I'm turning up the phone connection right
Do we
now.
have any comments right now?
Hmm?
Do we have any comments right now?
Any comments?
Hmm.
I don't know. Let's see.
Nope, not yet.
No, no, not yet. No
Okay.
comments yet. So yeah, y'all comment when y'all get ready. And like I said, if you want to call in, 850-221-0396.
Question is, when did you know you first fell in love? If you had a first love.
Where you getting these questions from? Off the internet?
Hey,
Where are these questions coming from?
let's not do that right now.
Okay. All right. So when did you know you were first in love?
Mhm.
Um you know what? Like I think that honestly that feeling of I'm in love is different for everybody. It's not the
Okay.
same. Cuz some people will sit there and some people sit there and be like, "Yo, like when I fell in love with this person, I felt like butterflies."
Mhm.
Or then another person will be like, "Man, I just knew." They'll be like, "How you know?" I don't know. I just, it was just I just knew, you know. So like each person's falling in love is different, and then there's a lot of times we think we in love
Mhm.
and we not, but we think we in love.
Mhm.
So coming down to actually being in love with somebody, I would say the feeling for me is the way I know is because they won't stay out of my mind, and I'm not talking about like from a lust perspective.
Mhm.
I'm talking about like just you thinking about that person and you just be like smiling. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Or you be like, dang, I can't wait to talk to them. Or I can't wait to see them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of that pull towards that person, I think is what is my marker, if you will.
Okay, so if you have ever if you're in that state with someone, like you can't get them off your mind and that's just all you think about,
Mm-hmm.
do you think it's like a time frame on how you feel for them?
Like time frame how?
Like, do you think it'll fade quickly? Like, is it something that fades?
Well, see, that's the thing. But if it's not based in lust, I think lust fades because you see somebody that's you be like, oh man, they fine as hell.
Mhm,
But then you see them every single day,
mhm,
that eventually that feeling will lessen. It won't be so dramatic.
mhm,
But when you're actually in love with somebody, they can walk around that corner 40 million times and you're gonna feel the same way every time they come around the corner.
mhm,
You know what I mean?
mhm,
So it's like that. The energy doesn't die, it stays consistent, it's magnetic, and it's strong.
mhm.
What else can you how else can you do? Because it's either that or it's not. You know what I'm saying?
So, if you are loving someone like that, do you think that it's a time where they don't love you the same back how you love them, or it has to be equal if it's on that level?
If it's on that level with the right person, then you will never have to question that part.
Mhm,
Love is rare.
mhm,
To be truly in love with somebody is rare.
mhm,
So what a lot of us are out here doing is we're doing the motions of love without the intention
mhm,
of love.
mhm.
That makes sense.
It makes sense.
So we copy what we know to do. Have you ever heard people say like they get in a relation, they'll be like, I grow to love him or I grow to love her like that. Like that's impossible. You can't grow to love somebody. You feel me?
Mhm,
Because the love is always going to have a condition. And when you have two organic beings coming together with that type of intensity, there's no conditions on that love. That love is pure. So it just must remain, if that makes sense.
mhm,
That's what makes it so rare.
mm. Deep. Got me
Just-
thinking.
hey, you feel me? The strongest bonds are the organic ones.
You got me thinking.
That's right. You can't fake love, and people do it every day out here. Shame on you, all of you. Shame on you, because you out here faking love,
Mm-hmm.
and love is rare, and nobody ever teaches us that how rare love is. So we think we can jump out of this relationship, go get in a whole nother relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and build a whole nother love and build a whole nother love. It don't work like
Don't
that.
worry like that. You're gonna drain yourself.
That's right, because they're not reciprocating it, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm. Welcome back, Love Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Mm-hmm.
today? Saturday morning? Yeah,
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Okay, so what was your first serious relationship?
Oh, look, the internet question. How many more internet questions you got on there?
A
About
lot.
three? You get these questions straight off Google. You can tell.
Look, okay.
You can
If
tell.
I would have planned them out, it would have been 10 times better. But we're not going to do that right now, okay?
Okay,
We
that's
got the
fine.
questions, so let's just roll with
These
it.
questions sound like those questions that you get on them playing cards
Playing
when they do
cards.
romance games with them playing cards.
I mean, it could be.
All right, what you said now?
I said, what was your first serious relationship like? Mm.
My first serious relationship was well, I thought it was serious, but it was in high school. And like in Houston, like when I was in Houston, it was in high school. So it was cool. Like it was in high school, so of course you would know it wasn't as deep as I thought it
It
was.
wasn't.
Okay,
It wasn't that deep.
so if it wasn't that deep, then I shouldn't use that one.
I mean, hey, it's your experience. We're not going to judge you on your experience.
Going into adulthood,
Mhm.
so I had my first serious relationship. It was a mess. I'm not gonna lie,
What made it a lit miss?
because everybody was transitioning, so it was like people were still growing up and trying to figure themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was just all over the place. Even in my relationship, like we were both just all over the place. We loved each other, but the things we was doing to each other, we didn't see no wrong in it because we were young and dumb, like how they say that. So,
What did y'all do?
well, it was like cheating on each other, splitting up, like arguing, doing all that extra that crazy stuff that young folks do. This is what it is. Because we think we adults, we think we really doing love, and we're not. You know what I'm saying? And so we try to go through those motions and it don't work out like that. It just don't. That's not the way it works. You feel me? But
Mm-hmm.
when you're young, you don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a serious relationship because it went for a long time. Like it lasted for a long time, off and on.
How long did it last?
At least 10, 10
10
years,
years.
8 to 10, yeah. Off and on, yeah.
At this point, you marry that woman by now. 10
No,
years?
no,
What?
no,
Toxic.
no. That ain't got
That's
nothing to do with
toxic.
being toxic.
Toxic.
If you young, you're not supposed to go rushing into marriage anyway.
You ain't, but 10 years?
You can know somebody for 10 years. You
10
you
years.
can count people on your hands, 5 to 10 people right now that you've known for 10 years.
10 years.
Yes,
That's just like being engaged or being
not if you come, not if you
fiancé.
like coming out of high school and then you go from
10 years.
17, 18.
You go from like 18 to 28 in 10 years.
That's
You've
like
been
off and
dealing with this
on.
same person.
It's off and on.
You should marry them by now.
No,
They've put up with enough of your foolishness.
no, no, no.
It's either
See,
marry her
no.
or move on.
Who said
That's
it
just
was?
like
Who said it
men
was
that
still
be living with
continuing?
women.
Who said it was still continuing?
We don't know what y'all got going on right now. I'm just saying from my perspective.
You said the first relationship or the
First
first
relationship
experience.
that lasted 10 years.
Yeah, some people do 8, some people do 15, some people do like you never know.
I'm pretty sure most women can agree with me when they say you should have married her by now.
Negative, sir. Just because you know somebody for an extended amount of time does not mean you have to marry them. That doesn't mean that they're fit for that level of your life. It doesn't mean that
That's
because
just
I can have a relationship with anybody and it could be the most positive thing. But when it comes down to getting into that deep of a connection, I would know better than to go there with that person. So it's like I'm not gonna do that. But you still cool people. Like I still fuck with you, but I'm not finna go to that level.
you've been dealing with this person for 10 years.
Off and on. So the relationship could have
What
actually been 4 or
okay, how
5.
about this? What pulled you back into the person? Like if y'all broke up,
Mhm.
why did you keep going back? We want to know. The people want to know.
Well, you have to understand something.
Mm-hmm.
And like the time I was younger
Mm-hmm.
and earlier times than that, We didn't have no. It wasn't social media. You feel me? So when you dealt with people, a lot of times it was people that you saw in your everyday reality, like
Mhm.
school or whatever, going to work or whatever, right? So the amount of people you had touch that you could actually reach out and touch
Mhm.
was only based on the face-to-face interaction.
Mhm.
Then y'all exchange information. Then y'all may
Mhm.
extend another friendship. See, in today, this social media, you can reach out to anybody.
You can.
So back then, it was not uncommon for people to be like, "Oh, we broke up, but we got back together." We broke up because you're not meeting all these hundreds of different people
Mm.
that you think could be a potential.
Mhm.
So because of that, you looking at, you know what, the realest relationship or the realest interaction I had was with this person. So you know what, I don't even want to be with nobody. I'm just gonna be with you because
Mhm.
I know what the interaction is like between us. Not, oh man, I can get on Facebook and see 100,000 women from all over the country. And now you know what? Forget that love. Let me go try to see what she talking about. She better than you anyway. Like
Mm.
that's where we at now. You feel me? That's where we at now. So those type of things seem like it's impossible. That's why I said about Nelly and what's called it. Because without social media, that's definitely a reality. The people spin the block. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Try
like my
again.
ex is gonna spin the block. I hope.
No, say that in the mic. What you just said.
I feel like
What you said now?
I feel like my ex is gonna spin the block. So
X gonna spin the block. It's
why
gonna
wouldn't
give it to
he?
you. It's gonna give it to you. That's what the song say, DMX. It's gonna give it to you. So X, when you come back to spin the block, do it right this time.
Do it right this time.
There you go.
Mhm.
But without social media, a lot of people would be spinning the block.
Without social media,
If social media wasn't a thing, a lot of people would be spinning the block on their past relationships.
because they think the grass is greener over there.
Right, because that's the way it show it to you. You got to be wary of stuff that come around for free.
Mhm.
You gotta be wary when they be like, "Oh yeah, you sign up for free. Don't worry about it." You gotta be wary. But then when you put on there in a relationship with, and now all of your interactions that you have on Facebook somehow gets shown to that person that you're in a relationship with, that junk messy, man. It's all about destruction of the family and the dynamic of family.
It sounds a little personal.
No, no, no. It's real. It's real.
So you didn't have like a instance where everybody was shown you were in a relationship on Facebook or something?
That everybody was shown that.
Hmm.
You mean that I put I was in a relationship?
Hmm.
Yeah, I've done that before.
And what happened?
And everybody knew. Even people that I didn't know knew my relationship status. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Because you want to be out here being a city boy?
No, because you got to understand something. It's like this. It's like as much as it seems like that's a good thing for people
Hmm.
to say, "Oh, let me broadcast to the world I'm in a relationship with this." More women have said that their men have been a target when they put themselves in a relationship with such and such. How many females get on there and take pictures of their man and they got to blur his face out and they put to the side, no face, no case. You can't see him, you can't take him. All this other type of stuff because that's a reality out here. You feel me? You will post yourself in a relationship with somebody. Now here come all these people out the woodworks. All of a sudden, now they just so interested in you. You get what I'm saying?
Or sometimes you can use it for a benefit. If you post a man and then all his girlfriends come in the chat, then y'all need to have a conversation.
See, that's the toxicity right there.
I'm for real.
That's the real toxicity. If you're gonna use you using that like you the FBI to say,
I
I'm gonna
am
put
the
this out there
FBI. I
and I'm
am
gonna
the
see.
hood version of FBI. I can find out anything you want to know on that phone.
See, that's dangerous because now you coming out there. Look at your intention, first of all. You
It's
gonna
to
put
save.
you
First of all, it's to save my friend's
no,
heart.
no,
Now
no, no, no,
they
no.
be
Mess is
side
mess.
eye. I'm not
Mess is
being messy.
no,
I'm
no, no,
protecting you, ma'am. I'm like your guardian angel on
no,
earth
no. Protecting them for what? The experience?
from getting their heart broke.
How you gonna protect somebody else's heart if you can't protect your own heart?
I can't protect my own heart. Let's not
So you didn't get your
step
heart
on my
broke?
toes this morning.
You didn't get your heart broke?
Did I get my heart broke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So how you feel like you're gonna protect her from something that she may need to
It's
go
the
through for her life?
way though, cause it's just like for like a warning, like a disclaimer, like, okay, girl, he got all these women out here. I
Mm.
would tread lightly. That's all I be doing. I don't be trying to break up people happy homes. If you
That's the
love him,
same
if
thing.
you like it, I love it.
Okay, so then
I do
so
it with
okay,
love.
so let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Be
Hmm.
honest. Okay, let's say dude is a player, or he think he a player,
Mm,
right? So he get with this female, and in the beginning of them talking or whatever, he think he a player.
okay.
Okay, but then one day he wake up and he look at that woman and be like, man, like, bro, I ain't never had nothing like this in my life.
Mm,
And that moment, he puts down that and he wants to be specifically for that woman.
mm-hmm.
But your disclaimer came ahead of that. So she's already looking at him a certain way because of your disclaimer.
Because I say it with love.
You can't look, listen now. Come on now. Somebody call in, somebody help me out. Listen. If you gonna put it out, you put it out there, it's gonna be a two-edged sword. You can say for yourself, I'm putting this out there with love. But if the person is not mentally capable of handling that with love, they're going to take it emotionally into themselves and turn it into something else. Does that make sense?
You do.
So the person can either take it and make it negative or make it positive. Most people make it negative because our brains are wired that way, to make this look at the situation from a negative perspective first.
I don't know. I'm get something different because I don't take it negative. Like if you come in to warn me about something, like okay, cool.
You ain't gonna look at the dude no other type of way.
No. Especially if you mean it with love. Like if I know the type of person you are, I'm gonna take it with love. I'm not gonna take it like hateful.
But you ain't gonna look at, but you gonna look at the dude a different type of way.
Mm.
Okay, so Moel is.
I will side eye him, but I'm not gonna look at him different. No, it ain't side
Well,
eye. It's
okay,
just like, all
okay.
right, I'm watching you.
Was you doing that before? Was you side eyeing him before?
Yeah, you don't know who these people are. People can be mass murderers, and you won't even know.
But you wasn't side eyeing that dude before you got that comment.
Yes, I was. I side eye everybody.
Fellas, y'all see what we did with
You gotta be a people person. You gotta be a people watcher out here. People are crazy.
You hear that? That last statement. People are crazy.
They are.
Okay.
Let's not pretend.
I'm just saying.
Let's not pretend these people is just so happy go lucky, like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood out here.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question now. How many men have you met that wanted to hurt you?
That wanted to hurt me?
Wanted to like physically hurt you. Like they were out, that was their mission.
Probably one or two.
Why?
Well, they had hidden agendas. And then when I started weeding them out, like doing my Inspector Gadget stuff and talk about healing and why are you like this? That's when they started, showing their true colors.
Okay, so those two people out of the people that you know, is that a significant number in the people that you know, or the people that are, you know what I'm saying, dealt with or whatever? No. So you can agree that most men are not out to hurt you.
Yes, especially my black men.
They really not out to hurt you. Okay, so then who crazy?
A lot of people out here. Are you trying to say something subliminally?
I ain't saying nothing.
It sounds like you trying to say
I ain't saying nothing subliminal. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there.
It does. It's trying to sound like you trying to, give me a little side eye.
I'm looking straight ahead to the camera because
you just looked at me from the side though. So what is we talking about?
Fellas, listen. We live in it's 2023. All right. So you have to listen to everything that is being presented to you at all times. Because
don't do that.
Because the gray area is real and it's expanding. And it's expanding. All right. Okay. Now moving along. Let's go ahead and
okay. Do you ever think about your previous lovers?
See, this is how you know these questions came out the internet. Because this is the type of stuff that you know what I'm saying? This mess starters. That's what this is.
What you mean? You wanted controversial questions, so I got them.
I mean, okay. So let's see. Being transparent. Sometimes it I don't know. It depends. Like, most times it's like, you know what I'm saying, just thinking if everybody's okay, stuff like that. And then like saying a prayer for everybody, because like I like to pray for, you know what I'm saying, my children, their mothers, like everybody. So I mean, yeah. I guess, yeah.
Okay.
What, you ain't answered not one of these questions.
You ain't asked me. You ain't returned the question.
No, I don't even have to.
You ain't returned the question.
See, this why, and I know that you just dumping them all on me, but you ain't answering them
You
back.
ain't return the question. Okay, I'll start from the top.
No, you
Do
good.
you have a love of your life? I do actually have a love of my life. He's my man, but he's not my man right now.
It ain't Michael B. Jordan.
No.
Okay,
Mm-mm. He's my man, but he ain't my man yet. Like, yeah.
it's Mr. Spin the Block.
Yeah.
Mr. Spin the Block.
He gonna forever be my man,
Wherever you
honestly.
at out there,
Mhm.
you got you one over
We
here, sir.
together forever.
So he
And
know that.
huh?
He know that.
He better know it. What is that supposed to mean?
Delusional. We look. We
I'm not delusional.
okay. So,
I know within my heart and my soul that this is my man.
but he don't know it though. He
He
ain't in
probably do
agreement.
know it, but he ain't trying to put his pride down. Put his pride down and come to me and have a real a grown up conversation.
Mm,
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So okay, I feel you.
Mhm.
Never mind.
How do I know?
Yeah. How you
It's
know
the
that this person?
feeling.
How do you? Okay. So let me ask you this. At what point do you feel like it's you projecting outside of what's real?
You trying to call me delusional on the low?
No. I'm for real asking a question.
You just know.
It's
It's a
just
deep feeling,
just
like
no.
in my core. I ain't never felt this way about somebody else. Never.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay. And so you agree that love is rare.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. Cool. Well, moving right along. You was answering the question.
Ahem. What was your first serious relationship? My first serious relationship, I would say the serious was my previous relationship. It
Mm.
was very serious, like serious. Like we were like naming kids, stuff like that. Like had a list. It was kind of creepy, but yeah, we had a list of kid names. We pretty much was planning our lives together, but yeah, stuff happens.
What happened?
I gotta go back into this story.
Oh no, no, oh, never mind. I mean, if you don't talk, I was just
I'm saying, okay, so what happened, if for those of you who do not know, and people who need refreshers, my ex, he assumed, and they always know what you when you assume, you make an ass of yourself.
mhm.
So he assumed that I cheated on him
Oh,
and I didn't. Like I've never cheated on him. I
I
got to
remember
the
that.
point with him where I was like, I couldn't even do it because it was like I was always thinking about him. So it's like I couldn't do it.
Mm. So really, y'all kind of broke up for nothing.
Pretty much, but in his mind, in his side of the story, he feels like I did it. I'm like, I didn't. Like
Mm.
I had opportunities to, but I didn't.
See, that's the dangerous part right there. See, y'all listen to that part of the
I'm
conversation,
being
fellas.
for
I had
real.
opportunities too.
Yes.
How many opportunities?
I had
When?
opportunity to
Who?
do
What?
it.
When? Where? Why? No, just bullshit. So I feel you. I feel you though. So you think he was kind of insecure in that moment?
Yeah. Very insecure.
Insecure.
Hmm.
That's a strong word.
Insecure like Jasmine Sullivan, Bryson Tiller. Insecure.
That's a strong word
Hmm.
to be insecure.
Hmm.
Insecure or wise.
Insecure. Because if he was wise, he would have believed me in that moment when I told him. I told him everything about me. Like I said, I'm a transparent person. Like I told him everything about me, and he just assumed. And yeah,
Mm.
mm. He'll spin the block. He'll be back.
Don't be out here doing no stuff on people to make them come back.
Like voodoo or something.
People do that all the
Why
time.
would I do voodoo?
People do it. You heard about the spaghetti thing.
Heck yeah. That's why I do not eat at nobody's house. Don't give me nothing that's tomato based. I will cook it myself.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Golly, man. I look, so, like every day, I'm not even gonna lie. Every day I wake up and at least once or twice throughout the day, I'm like, where am I?
You're in a simulation.
Okay. So we're gonna continue forward. We're gonna go ahead and Keep on going.
Okay, so the other question that I did not respond to, y'all, it was, do you ever think about your previous lovers? Of course, I just told y'all that's my man. He gonna be my man till the day I'm 6 feet under. Yeah, in the day he's 6 feet under. So, the next question is, what lessons have you learned from your relationships?
That's for me.
Mhm.
What lessons have I learned in my relationships? Honesty is 100% good policy to have, even if it hurts.
Mhm.
Um, have patience because you got to remember both parties are still growing, and
Mhm.
that's even if you get into well into adult years, people are still growing and navigating life. You know, so it's important to have patience, especially if you're claiming yourself to be in the space of love.
Mhm.
Then patience and long suffering, those things apply in that space. As long as it's being reciprocated, don't be a fool. But yeah, long suffering, um, patience, yeah, and honesty.
Okay.
Yeah,
For
not always
me,
easy.
it's not. For me, I learned patience. I learned about myself in different ways. I learned my likes and dislikes when it comes to relationships. Um, what else did I learn? I learned that I am very, what's the word? Perseverant. I'm very perseverant, and I am of I compromise easily. Like, it's not hard to compromise with me. If I feel like it's worth it, I'll go ahead and compromise. That's what I learned so far about relationships.
That's good.
Hmm.
Mr. Spin the Block. She growing. So just so you know. What's his first name? What's his initials?
DM.
Mr. DM, Spin the Block. The girl over here growing up. So
I've been growing up. First of all, I've been growing up. But I feel like it was just more in deep. It was just deep. It was deep growing. Hmm.
mhm.
Hmm. A
Okay.
self love, self care. Hmm.
What is that? Look, man.
Here we go.
Listen, man. Self love, self care, all that. Self this, self touch yourself, all that. I feel like that breeds toxicity more than anything.
Because you care for yourself.
No, because of the you know how they say like you be attracted to stuff because of what you're feeding yourself,
Hmm.
like the thoughts you giving yourself,
Hmm.
right? So then, if a person is already toxic
Hmm.
and they talking about self love, now mind you, now you got numbers don't lie. The majority of these folks out here is not pure clean energy. Let's be honest.
Didn't I
Majority of
just
us,
say that
but I'm
not too long ago?
that's facts. You did. So when it come down to that type of awareness,
Hmm.
so if most of the people out here is operating from a toxic perspective,
Hmm.
then what's self love doing? Making you more toxic, ain't it?
It's supposed to be done the right way. Like, if you're a pure person, you feed yourself pure intentions and you care for yourself. I don't know what all these other people doing.
Who's making the parameters on when a person is healed?
The pr- so far we have TD Jakes.
Listen, man, come on, man. All right. so 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 once
He
you,
wrote a book on it, honey. Woman, thou art healed.
bruh. So okay. So once you've gone through your process and you feel like you don't reach the plateau of your process,
Hmm.
you call TD Jakes in
Hey,
to say,
just saying, he got a whole series on it.
better turn around, y'all.
Mhm.
Um, I don't understand it, honestly, me personally. It seems like if everybody is doing self-love, then who's actually loving?
Nobody. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Mm. Y'all keep on self-love on. Do you think? Get you a rose. What else they say? Get your
Okay, we're
rose.
not. That's
Oh
not
yeah.
self love. We're talking about self love, like self care. Like
Oh, it's
you
all
care for
included.
your mental,
It's all inclusive.
whole holistic.
It's all inclusive.
I guess.
Okay, so how many of
How
these?
do you even
No,
know about the
listen,
rose?
y'all talk. Look, how many women out here that's self loving got a rose?
How do you have?
Be honest. How many women out here that self loving? Because you know how many of them got a rose. Be honest.
Probably all of them.
Got a
All of them.
rose. Uh huh. Okay. We ain't gonna talk about the rose today. We'll say that for later on in the.
Yeah.
But y'all need to understand something about frequency. Okay,
Mm.
it's important. You know what? I ain't even gonna go
Go
down that
ahead and
trail
say it
because okay,
then.
look, because frequency is
Mhm.
important.
Mhm.
So now you've been pulled into this whole self love era, right?
Mhm.
And most of these people are thinking that if I refrain from having sex with another human being, then that means that I'm really taking care of myself. I'm really withholding some type of energy, right? But then you turn around and you go get a rose toy,
Mhm.
and the rose toy, the actual purpose of that toy is to pull down the frequency of the sexual chakra.
Mm.
So it's really destroying your frequencies. So now you want to measure this how it go. Look, when you had right now we got all these LED lights,
Mhm.
right? So before we had halogen bulbs and bulbs with the little metal on the inside that wiggle, right?
Mhm.
When you put that LED light bulb in anything, that shit puts
Go ahead.
that shit put because it's real. It puts off radioactive frequencies.
Mhm.
Every LED light bulb is putting off radioactive frequencies. So you're literally living inside of a microwave. If you have them all over your house thinking that they last longer, but they really don't. Because when you look at the numbers, the price margins for the old bulbs and the new bulbs is equally the
The
same.
same.
They just last maybe 30 to 40 hours longer than the
Mhm.
old bulbs.
Mhm.
But with that comes the destruction that you're putting on yourselves, your children, your dog, your cat. Everybody's living under these microwave frequencies now.
Mm.
And we think we're doing something. So now I implore you, you go into self-love. That is not how nature intended for your body to work.
Was the true way.
The true way is to be fruitful and multiply. If you stop being fruitful, meaning that you put a cap on your sexuality, you put a cap on that chakra, it is going to have long-term destructive effects over the whole society. Watch. Women don't that women are not going to want to have children anymore. You think that rose ain't got something to do with that? All these things, these new type of panties and stuff that they're making, all this stuff has to do with hindering the birthing process, the natural birthing process for melanated people.
Mm.
Get on YouTube right now and you tell me who the most talking about the rose toy.
The women.
What women?
The influencers.
It's black women.
Mhm.
Black women are the number one supporters of that rose toy.
I mean, hey,
There's no hey. Why? That's the question.
they ain't trying to get. They. They pretty much what you
Why?
just said. They're
Okay,
not
so
trying
then
to have kids.
okay, so then why the Arabian women ain't using
They
rose
probably
toys?
are. You just never know. They won't
Why are
broadcast
they
it or
not
something.
broadcasting them? If they're the if think
Because it's
about
supposed
it,
to be frowned. It's frowned upon over there.
but think about this. If we're looking from a consumer standpoint
Mm.
and you have a product,
Mm.
right? Your biggest reach is going to be to put the product in front of the people with the most money.
Mm.
Okay. So if I know that the spending base, let's say if I want to charge $200-300 for this rose toy, why would I take it to people that are not unable to spend that type of money, right? But I'm gonna take it to the people that can drop a credit card and they can spend that money. It's no issue, right?
Mm.
So why am I broadcasting this primarily to this certain group of people?
To keep them down.
It's to destroy them. That's what it's for.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
It's a frequency thing. You got to understand. We don't think about frequencies in nothing. We don't think about frequencies in the food we eat, the music we listen to, TV we watch,
Mm.
the water we drinking. We don't
Mm.
think about frequency in nothing. We just move. So we won't know when we walk into a place that is literally frying your brain. Just like black women was using perms all them times
Oh
before.
yeah.
It was frying your
Mm.
brain.
Mm. Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But for the need to look good, like what you said, skip on your rent to get brand new braids.
Mhm.
For that need to look good or to feel good for that temporary moment, we don't understand what is causing on the back end, damage
Mm.
wise. To have such severe orgasms when it comes down to that rose toy doing that like that, that is not normal. It's not normal. A woman has to work to get to orgasm
Mhm.
because your body is attuned for love frequencies.
Mhm.
So the easiest orgasm that a woman will get is when she's in love with a man and he's in love with her. That's going to be the easiest way for a woman to get to an actual orgasm. The easiest.
Mhm.
Now, and that's natural.
Mhm.
But now we have this new organic way, inorganic wave or fake wave
Mhm.
that's rushing you straight to the orgasm
Mm.
without the build up, without the connection, without none of that stuff that your body is tuned for.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
you think you're doing yourself a service, talking about self love and doing all this stuff, but you're really destroying the mentality of what comes with being a female.
Mm. That's deep.
It's
I
crazy.
guess that's why they be like, oh well, the man don't feel the same afterwards or something. Like it's
Facts.
not the same afterwards. And I'm like,
Facts.
well, you are using this thing
That's right.
over.
You know, electrocuted your nugget down there. You know, electrocuted your nugget. What you expect? Nugget just burnt up, fried. You know, fried your nugget.
Man, okay, so it all makes
It
sense.
all comes together.
Wow.
Turn away from that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm-mm.
Before all we had was like porn, really, and then the few sex toys like what we saw on Friday after next when he was in their room. Remember?
Uh-huh.
And so we saw that, like that type of stuff, dildo stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, now the dildo do this. Now they got the
Mm-hmm.
little thing wiggling, all doing all that crazy stuff. All that stuff is putting out frequencies.
How do you know about all of this?
God, bring it to me.
Mm.
That's I don't. I'll be sitting there. If you know, you know. I'll be chilling, and then next thing you know, something will come across, and it'll just make sense. And I got to go research it. And then when I go research it, it's just sitting right there.
Mm, mm, mm,
It's
mm.
sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? That's just like y'all eating all this organic protein stuff powder that y'all be getting up out these stores and
It's
stuff.
not
It's not
organic.
organic. You turn it over
Oh,
on the
something
black.
wrong with that.
If you see any type of flavor add to it, anything that says flavor on the end, it's right then inorganic.
So, what would be like the long term effects of using that?
It's what it does to the cells because see when you have powder and you putting that powder directly into your body,
Mm,
it's supposed to be like a protein base that breaks down in the stomach and goes straight to your cells like water.
mhm,
So what'll be the long term effect of that is putting more cholesterol on the system because people are not when you working out and you using it,
mm,
then the cells that ask for it first are the cells that you're repairing.
mhm,
But when you're in a state of rest and you're steady taking that stuff in, then it breaks down in a different way. You know what I'm saying? In the
mm,
body. So now you have more higher glucose levels, you
mm,
get higher cholesterol, then you start getting this fat buildup around the heart and all these different things. You throw off your natural processes when it comes to your chakras communicating with each
mhm,
other. All of this stuff happens because we're using inorganic, um, unnatural materials and trying to use that to repair our body. It don't work like that.
mm, mm,
You feel
mm.
me? See, the negative side of this stuff they don't talk about.
You know.
You know, they don't talk about it. They don't talk about how the body breaks down after you stop using it and try to come off of it. They don't talk about the withdrawals. They don't talk about none of that stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But these things are real. And we out here in this false, fictitious world. And we, of course, us first have to protect ourselves from everything because everything that we're taking from other races, other nations of people has been put as a means of destruction for our people. That's just the way that this world has been set up.
Mm, mm, mm,
That's facts. You've been stolen from. So anyway, we ain't gonna go down that road. We're gonna continue forward.
mm. Okay.
Continue on.
If you could interview anyone from your life, living or dead, but not a celebrity, who would it be and why?
It'll be my mom.
Okay.
My mom, she passed away in 2010.
Mhm.
And when she passed away, I had a whole bunch of questions that I needed answered.
Mhm.
And so not to disturb the dead or nothing like that, but just because for closure and a lot of things in my life,
Mhm.
that would be my person.
It's pretty deep.
What about you?
It'll be my grandma,
Mm.
my mom's mom,
And why is that?
because she was just my best friend. I love her.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm. And she held a lot of the history in the family. Like she had like, well, I can't see it on here, but she had a lot of things going
Mm.
for the family. And when she passed away, it was like everything went haywire, and we don't have like a trace of any of it.
None of what she Her legacy.
Hmm.
They destroyed her legacy.
Some folks in my family destroyed it. Like they sold her house, and her house was downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Best location ever. They sold it for like low money,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't know what else happened after that.
Why is that like a running theme in our families? Like
I don't even know. Mm-mm-mm.
it's
Mm-mm.
it's sad for real. Like it's really sad.
Mhm.
The things that we've lost, like just somebody pass away, everybody come in and dismantle the house, they destroy everything.
Mhm.
Then the real value, they overlook it and throw it in the trash. They don't even
Mhm.
understand the nature of the value. And then now that person is just a memory.
Mhm.
It's like predatory almost. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Wow.
Mhm. Okay.
See, this is why you need a will and testament.
Well, she had one, but my mom had the original,
Mm-hmm.
and then like out of nowhere, my cousins came up and they were like, "Oh, well, this is her will, and I'm her power of attorney, and all this other stuff." We looked at it, it was like they look similar, but they're not the same. But
They forced it.
pretty much, I feel like they forged it. I feel like they forged her will as well as my aunt's will because my aunt didn't even have a will.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she did, she would have gave it to my mom.
How is that possible? The forged documentation that's
It's
already been
lawyers
submitted.
in Pensacola that does that because they went to a lawyer, a little shade tree lawyer, and he came up with the will. And then after that, it was like, oh well, all this type of probate and this, that, and the other. And I was like, some of this ain't even making sense.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm pretty sure my grandma, she wasn't no fool. Like,
Right.
why would she leave you to be her power of attorney over my
Exactly.
mama? That don't make sense to me.
Somebody lying.
And then on top of that, what takes the cake? My grandma had a life insurance policy for me and my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We can't even find a trace of it now.
Yo,
Yeah.
now that's similar with my
Mhm.
story.
Mhm.
My mom, she put my sister's names on her policies, all of them.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, after she passed away, the people that was talking to us,
Mhm.
the hospitals and the doctors and all this,
Mhm.
um, the people over in the insurance and everything, they was all talking to us, getting everything
Mhm.
squared away.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, oh, we're not allowed to talk to you anymore. We was like, what you mean? Like her paperwork is all right here. She signed it.
Mhm.
These are the beneficiaries to this.
Mhm.
What you mean you can't? Well, it's been changed. What?
Mm.
How? And ever since then, that information has been a mystery. We
Mhm.
can't find no information on her passing, what where everything went. We can't nothing. We can't get
Mhm.
nothing. But I know that the way my mom was, if you knew who my mom was, she would never leave anything for anybody outside of her children.
Man,
That's how she is.
that's how my grandma was.
So somebody lying.
Mhm. Mhm. She had that life. She got that life insurance policy like as soon as we was born.
So it had matured
And it
like
had matured real good. Like she had college funds for us and everything. And I'm just like, where everything go?
they swooped in and took
They
it.
swooped in and took it. Mhm.
Wow, man.
Cause I have one cousin. He lives a lavish life. He's Muslim now, so he has a white woman and his wife of all these years living in the same house in some big plot of land. He started a trucking company out of nowhere. He started all these other business, and I'm like, where did you get the money? Cause
You wasn't like that
you
at
wasn't like
first.
that before,
Man, look now. See, now
man.
I don't think this need to be on camera. This don't need to be on camera. We don't talk about this on camera because I'm telling you that family,
Hmm.
bruh,
They be waiting,
bruh.
praying on your downfall.
I'm telling you,
Ooh,
man.
ooh, ooh.
Be right in your
Mm-mm.
face, smiling in your face,
Mhm.
chewing your life up.
Mm-mm-mm.
Anyway, we're gonna continue forward because this ain't about that. This is
All
about Love
right.
Chronicles. So we're gonna talk, we're gonna say that for another time. Family.
Let's see. That need to be a pod. That need to be a
A
whole
topic.
series on itself.
And none
Cause
of these other podcasts out here don't be stealing our ideas. I know y'all be watching this, man.
real,
That's how it go.
we can collaborate.
We
Don't
can
do that.
definitely collaborate, but don't come stealing our topic. All right, go
Mm.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let me get a good one. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm sorry, these. Kind of generic. Hold on.
Okay.
Um. Golly. Okay, what was your first impression of me, and how did it
Ooh.
change?
The first impression of who? You?
Me.
Um, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I mean, I've been knowing you for a while, so
Exactly.
my
So
first my first impression of you was like, he's a cool person. That's what I thought.
I
Cool,
thought you were
easy to talk to.
mean.
You thought I was mean.
Hmm.
I am mean.
You're not.
Okay.
I do think you were mean though,
Oh,
like
okay.
real mean.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Little drug dealer. He was sagging pants. I did. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought he was a drug dealer. He was mean. And yeah, I guess you're not, huh?
You know how sometimes when they say if sometimes you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing.
You wanted the truth.
You first of all, you came with that question. That's the first thing. I didn't ask you that
Look,
question.
okay,
Then
I
secondly,
had to throw this together. Okay, so we here.
so I'm mean. I'm a drug dealer.
Hmm.
I sag my pants.
Hmm.
What else?
That was it.
Okay, so this is me.
Well, you already said the other day. You said that you can't help it that your persona exudes sex, and I'm like, does it?
Yeah.
Because you sag. You
No.
got your dreads. Okay,
No, it ain't got nothing to do with that.
it does.
No, no, it don't.
Well,
It's no,
explain.
no, it's not that because it's it's again, it's frequency.
Okay.
Okay, so like this. You take a generic person, a regular everyday person,
Okay.
okay? Then you take, let's see who can get who can get um I don't know, name
Kevin
somebody.
Hart.
Not Kevin Hart. Name somebody everybody like everybody have a crush on.
Everybody like The Rock.
The Rock. Okay, so you take The Rock, take a generic dude. You just sit them there, right?
Hmm.
Sexually, most women gonna be attracted to The Rock. Even without the name and all that. You just put them there.
But why?
I don't that's nature. Majority of the women, so scientifically, majority of the women out here are selecting from the same 18% of men. So that means 82% of men don't get play. 80,
82%.
82% because all women are selecting from the same 18% of men, the
I've
alphas.
noticed that, like, if one girl sees a dude and he got a baby or whatever, but they ain't like married or nothing, she'll go after him and do the same thing. Like, she'll get pregnant by him and everything else. And I'm like, I got the same baby daddies around here.
Yeah, but
Why?
that's because it's the strongest stock. You can't get around nature. I don't care what you do. You're not gonna get around nature, especially not us, because this stuff that makes our skin brown, you can't put a they've been trying to stop this for hundreds of years to stop us from progressing. You
Mm,
can never get around nature. Everything that's inside of your skin is everything that's going on out here in the world. The trees, the bears, the bees, everything. They all melanated.
mm,
And they can't get around the basic nature
mm,
to eat, to reproduce, to this, to that.
mm,
Those things will never ever go away. So because of that, because of that, and they're all looking for the alpha stock. They're not looking for genetically inferior stock to breed with. That's
mm,
not the way it works. You know what I'm saying? So the strongest bear wants the strongest female. The strongest female wants the strongest male. That's normal. You
mm,
know. So and notice how, like, even with cats, you pay attention to cats. The girl will go in heat, but she'll sit there and fight every male except the one she wants. You feel me? She'll
mm,
like fight them.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? But when it's the one she want, then you see how she softened down. Now she bumping all up, rubbing all on them and shit.
mm,
'Cause that's just the way nature is. You
mm.
want the strongest. You don't want the weakest. And unfortunately, everybody ain't an alpha.
That's true.
Everybody they try to claim that, but everybody
Mm.
ain't that
I
because
ain't no alpha now.
and that's why it's important for women not to be on birth control because you can't smell. And pheromone is what attracts people, especially us. It's pheromone.
Mm,
So when you taking birth control, you can't smell. You can't smell pheromone. That's why you see more mixed relationships. interracial relationships and all that kind of stuff because you can't smell them. And
Oh
then
my God, that makes so much
that's facts.
sense.
Because if you could smell them, then they won't it won't smell good. When they tell the truth about science, you'll be surprised. Y'all's bodies are not meant to handle the child of another seed of nation. That's why majority of black women it look at it as a virus, and the body eliminates the
It
fetus. That's right.
attacks.
They have to get a shot to make it stay, to make your immune system hold back.
Rogam.
That's right. That's right. All of this stuff is what I'm trying to tell you. Like we're different creatures. We can't there are beings out here that are similar to us in design
Hmm.
and structure,
Hmm.
but we're completely different.
That's deep.
We're different. And we need to study more into that because then we'll understand why our world's so jacked up and why we move the way we do.
I
And
was
why
wondering why that
everything we
happens.
do, they make it bad. Everything we do. We have children, it's bad. Y'all have too many children. Why y'all having all them children? That's bad. Why is it bad? Because financially you can't support them. What you mean? Just 2 or 3 generations ago, my grandma didn't have no money and she had
So
10
did.
kids.
So did.
She
Still
had
popping
10
them babies
kids.
out.
You feel me? So what you mean to tell me I can't support them when she had
Mm-hmm.
less than me and had 10 kids and they all grown, they old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's always our natural order that the systems and powers that be try to go against opposite that. The
Mm-hmm.
natural way we do stuff is they want to go opposite that, then try to resell us what they think is better, like, and then we buy it like fools. We don't
Mm-hmm.
think, you know?
I was wondering why I am not attracted to white men because their smell, like they have a smell to them.
It,
I don't know if anybody else can smell it, but I'm like, I smell it. I do. I guess it's
okay.
their pheromones or something. But I'm like, dang, like what is that
It's
smell?
pheromone.
Wow.
And it's not bad because it's in the gene, it's in the DNA. The smell comes from the DNA. You feel me?
Mm.
So if I can give 10 women the same fragrance, but on some of those women, it's gonna be the greatest things I've ever smelled.
Mm-hmm.
But on other women, I'm like, yo, what is that stench?
Mm-hmm.
Because the pheromone don't mix with it. So you have to, when you go out searching for perfume, you got to find the perfume that blends or enhances your pheromone, your natural pheromone. That's how you
Mm-hmm.
smell good. Like, it's a science to stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We get away from that. So because she smelled good in it, not every woman think they're supposed to have it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it don't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because some women can go into the dollar store and go get their fragrances and it'll smell like they have on Estee Lauder.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Well, not Estee Lauder now.
Maybe
Estee Lauder
close.
on older women, yes, but you better not be in your 20s putting on Estee Lauder or white diamonds.
Talking about from what's that lady name? Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, man, that is the church lady fragrance, boy. Ooh,
Elizabeth Taylor with
they
that
killing me with
with that
that.
thing on.
I'm like,
She
ma'am, do
always
you
had that
smell this? You don't smell that wonderful. You smell like, how can I describe it? It's like a mothball scent.
like potpourri.
Mm-hmm.
You remember they used to put them potpourri flakes inside of that little bowl and then sit it around by the door and then they collect dust.
Get it out now. It stinks in here.
Interesting.
That's what you church ladies are walking around smelling like. Change your perfume. Get some Givenchy or something.
So who?
Givenchy.
Da Vinci.
That's how they say it.
Hmm. But still, you have to go according to your pheromone.
I'm just saying. Something else that smells good. Get some Marc Jacobs. Daisy. Something like that.
Okay. I guess she giving y'all some game right there,
I
Marc Jacobs.
am. My favorite fragrance is Givenchy Irresistible.
Okay.
It's good. I like it.
Okay.
I save it for special occasions. Hmm.
I see.
Hmm.
You know, you can just eat fruit.
I eat fruit.
I'm talking about like sweet fruit, like mango, dragon fruit,
That's
stuff
the
like
only
that.
thing I eat.
Okay.
Sweets. I don't like strawberries.
Strawberries are good.
Strawberries are not.
Blueberries.
They're bitter.
You don't eat blueberries?
I don't like bitter fruits. I like
No,
the
because the
sweets.
bitter is where the good stuff is.
I guess we'll try it again.
You make smoothies, don't you?
Hmm.
So you don't ever put blueberries in your smoothie?
Yeah.
Then they taste all right then.
Hmm.
But you just eat them raw. Like there's this thing, you can take a garlic clove
Hmm.
and you just like take the clove and unwrap it from the crumbly stuff
Hmm.
and then pop it
Hmm.
with a spoon and then swallow it whole. And then when you swallow it whole, all the toxins on the inside will pull to the garlic clove, and then it passes through. It's great.
Mm.
I know.
I'm gonna try it.
And then once you get done with that, then eat some fruit behind it, and then your pores will watermelon, grapes,
It
stuff like
tastes
that.
10 times better.
Yep, your pores will
Ooh, I
open
gotta
up and
try
it'll be
that.
sweet. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-mm-mm.
Them toxins. Oh, one thing I want to say about this too,
Mm.
because this was brought to my attention is like how we're like trees.
Mm-hmm.
So with trees, when trees absorb water, the trees absorb the water, and the water goes in. You ever seen a cut off tree got them rings around it like that? So the water has to penetrate, it has to permeate each level, each ring to get to the central
Mm-hmm.
location, right? So when a tree gets dehydrated or dries up, they dry up from the outside in. So I don't know if you ever seen this before, but a tree will take the leaves at the bottom and suck all the water out of those and drop them off in order to continue growing at the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
And plant, that's what plants do.
Mm-hmm.
So when a plant gets dehydrated, they lose moisture from the outside going in. That's why the tree bark get hard on the outside. Then you go in deeper, it gets softer and softer. Because
Mm.
that's where the most water is.
Mm-hmm.
So our bodies are made up the same way. So if we're dehydrated, because that's the number one thing that causes disease for us, is dehydration. So if we're dehydrated, we get the rough, callous skin.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you get the rough, callous skin, now your fat layers get dry, your fascial layers get dry. Then it goes into the muscle, and the centermost layer for most of us, or for all of us, is the bones.
Mm-hmm.
The bones. If your bones start getting dry and callous, because they can,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll see that disease will start popping in the blood, and the blood will take the disease to where it's going, and then there you go, full blown. Most of our problems come from dehydration.
Mm-hmm.
Fruits, especially sweet fruits, bitter fruits too, high water content. So you eat your water instead of drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you eat the water, it goes to the deepest parts of you.
Mm.
Yeah, heavy. So y'all take that gin with y'all.
Give me some fruit today.
Eat some fruit today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
On Veterans Day,
It is Veterans Day.
I have a rant about that. Cause why are all our homeless people vets? Like, do
Dang.
y'all just get them to where they going and then just drop them off the face of the earth? Like they don't need care after the military? Like what's going
And a lot of them have mental issues.
on? Mm-hmm. Because they like traumatized from beginning to end. Like,
Mhm.
mm-mm-mm.
So why are we celebrating a Veterans Day then, if you can't even take care of the veterans?
It's gloomy outside for a reason.
That's facts, though. It is gloomy out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because these people done sat and gave their life to them. They
Mm-hmm.
prime, the prime of their
The
life.
prime.
A lot of them came out of high school, went
Mm-hmm.
straight into the military,
Mm-hmm.
went witnessed war like Afghanistan and Iraq,
Mm-hmm.
got traumatized from seeing people get killed and blown up and
Mm-hmm.
children and all this other type of stuff. And then they come back here and they're just left to fend for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And the VA, man, man,
That's
they
crooked, boy.
man, boy, that place be chewing people up. So many people like have complaints against that place. That's
Mm-hmm.
wild.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you celebrate a Veterans Day? That's crazy.
That's just like how dare you celebrate 1 month out of the whole year, Black History Month. We Black History 375, 365. So why we just get 1 month?
Who gave these people the right to say what we get and what we can and can't
That's what
have?
I'm saying.
Where did that come from? Why do we follow it? That's really the question. Why do we follow it? How many of y'all barbecuing a day? I think that's an
Probably a
important
lot of
question.
people.
A lot of people out there
A lot of people out
barbecuing
here,
today.
bro. They probably getting the grill all heated up right now.
That's crazy, man.
Mm-mm.
Oh shit. Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. My bad. That's crazy. All y'all veterans out there been left out in the cold. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, you did sign the paperwork,
Mm.
but the treatment that comes on the back end
Mhm.
is that nobody should have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, honestly, I don't know what the cure all end all for that would be,
Mhm.
but just to stop signing up for
You already got students talking about so they cannot stand being in the military. They can't wait to get out. This, then, the other. I'm
That's
like,
true.
y'all just started.
But it's a double edged sword. You got the ones that do well, and then they try to make them the poster child.
Mm-hmm.
The few will be like, "Oh yeah, I got the boat in the house, and I
Mm-hmm.
can travel around. I got the clearance and all that," and they living their best life. But for every one of them, there's like 65 that
Mm-hmm.
have been disenfranchised by the military and
Mm-hmm.
swept under the rug.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
man, that's crazy. And you know what's even wilder? Since
What?
we on this topic,
What?
when you're coming out of high school, it's like there's no other option. If you want to
Pretty
have
much.
a good life and you can't go to college, you can't afford to do that,
Mm-hmm.
then come on over here. Uncle Sam got a job for you.
Mm-hmm. They go to the high schools and try to recruit them.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a long
Mm-hmm.
time. This world is a
And it's always a smooth talker for the recruiter. Yeah, man, we get you 100 and some thousand a year. You get all these benefits. Da, da, da. I'm like,
word.
as a kid, heck yeah, I jump on
Yeah, yeah.
that.
But ain't nobody looking around like, where the catch at?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the catch is we lying.
Mm-hmm.
Second catch
You get
is
$800. I think what, $800 a month or something.
you saw that movie that came out about that black dude, and he had went to the VA,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was the same thing. They had withdrew his check for that month,
Mm.
but he was dependent on it totally.
Mm-hmm.
So he went down there and they would do nothing for him in the VA.
Mm-hmm.
He went to a bank and held the bank up,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a bomb and was threatening to blow up the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "The only thing that I want is what I work for, is what I earn."
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, "Well, how much is it?" It's $800 some dollars. And the lady was like, "You want me to put it in your account for you?" He was like, "No, I want them to get, because I worked for them to get that."
Mm-hmm.
And then they set up a task force and they shot him in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So they killed him. You know what I'm saying? He left behind his family. It was really an intense movie. You know what I'm saying? He left his family behind, left behind his daughter, who looked up him and thought the world of him.
Mm-hmm.
He had some mental health issues
Mm-hmm.
from going to war,
Mm-hmm.
and then still he was disenfranchised and ended up losing his life for standing up for something.
That's what they do every day. These vets, they don't want much.
It really don't.
It should be like a housing stipend or something for them, like after they're like when they're done. Cause why are all of them homeless? Like every homeless person on the street, you will see they sign. It says vet, Army vet, Navy vet. What happened?
That's a good question.
Because if you got to veteran status, you retired. So where's all those benefits from retiring?
That's a good question. If anybody know, leave it in the comments. Speak your mind in the comments.
That's
Because
crazy.
that really don't make sense. Like, how do you end up in that position from giving so much of yourself
Mm-hmm.
to your country to become a veteran,
To become a veteran.
and then you just out here in a wheelchair, just sleeping outside,
Mm-hmm.
sleeping at the bus stop? They say a lot of people choose that life though. A lot of
But
them, they say a lot of them choose to be like that.
but why? If you just serve the country though.
You
You're
don't have
supposed to
to.
have all these benefits: medical, dental, vision,
Mhm.
life.
There's no reason to go out there. Everything's set up for you.
Hmm.
Is that where the mental health stuff come in? Probably.
It could. I
But
feel
even
like they're
still,
diagnosed early for that type stuff
why are so many of the veterans put under the mental health stigma when going in they didn't have those type of issues?
because I feel like it's everything they did to them from the moment they got in to now. Because a lot of kids they say like boot camp is like traumatizing, like just the stuff they do.
Hmm.
Like, was it? I was talking to this one lady. She said like one of their little exercises is to get them to like be in tune with their surroundings.
Hmm.
So they take a group of them, they dump them in the middle of the woods somewhere, give them an old school compass and an old school map, and have them like figure out how to get back to where they are or where they were. No phones, no nothing.
That's not hard.
But to some kids who've like never been out or like I want to say
No
they were like
idea.
kind of sheltered
Mm.
and have everything done for them, they would probably be traumatized by that. And then with the boot camp, you got people yelling at you, you can't do nothing. they beating you up, stuff like that. It's like kind of like a hazing. I would think that that's where the mental health comes in.
What about those shots that they make everybody get
They
before
make
they
everybody
deploy
get
it?
shots.
Because the way these people have mental health issues is like another level.
Mhm.
Like, you know, somebody, we all know somebody that got, they ain't all there. It's
Mhm.
like, you know, they borderline.
Mhm.
So we have, it's a few people we know like that, but they still be some cool people and they're still coherent.
Mhm.
A lot of these people be in a whole nother reality. Like, how did you get from this person graduating high school
Mhm.
normal
Mhm.
to now your mind is in a whole nother world? Where does that break happen?
I think it starts with that little peanut butter shot they give them.
Interesting. Interesting. Because they have studies about the people that came back from back in the day when they was doing that mustard gas and all that kind of stuff. And those people is done for. Like, there's no coming back from that at all. And they were like under that Agent Orange and all that kind of stuff. And those people mentally, they're done. And so you wonder if this and wow, be a target on us. Be 11/11, November 11th. So today is 11/11. I want y'all to understand that. And it's about to be 11/11 on November 11th. So everybody make a wish.
11, make a wish.
Let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you when. Hold on, we're gonna count down. It's still 11:10.
What am I gonna wish for? Multiple things, but in one little instant.
Put it all in one
Mm-hmm.
in one thing, and then make your wish. All right, hold on. We in the countdown, y'all. Okay, it is now 11/11 on November 11th. So everybody take a second and make a wish. All right. So the best way to make a wish, you know, is to visualize yourself there already.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me do that.
Are you gonna re-wish? Okay. So y'all visualize yourself being where you want to where you want to be with what you want to see, how you want to see it, and then make your wish from that visualization. So re-wish.
Okay.
Mm. All right. Blessings on 11/11 on 11/11. I hope everybody's wish comes true. And that's crazy. Today is November 11th and it's 11/11. Yesterday I saw I was it was 4:44 on the clock, and then you know they had that billboard when you driving and they say call 444 4444. So it was like right after each other, and I went and looked it up, and it was like the when I looked it up, it said new life beginnings are coming your way. You have to stay patient, what we talked about earlier, and watch how everything unfolds. That's your position.
Those your angel numbers?
Yes, that's what I saw yesterday. So now here we are, 11/11 on 11/11.
Would you look it up?
Oh yeah. So 11 is symbolized by a gateway, and the gateway you're supposed to walk through. That's why I said visualize. See, look, it's right here. This is what I was reading. 44, 44. All right, hold on. So we looking up 11/11. Okay, let's see. Okay, so angel number 111 means love, twin flame, 111 time. Take time and pay close attention to the secrets behind the figure. The thoughts you've been carrying in your mind will come to pass. So keep your thoughts positive.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. So listen to this. So angel number 111 meaning carries with it four powerful numerical sequences. Numbers don't lie. So thus number 11, which is 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals the number 3. And number 1 is itself, right? So angel number 1 gives you a second chance. So you monitor your thoughts, and the angels ask that you make good use of the energy that's left for things that will help you in the future. So instead of giving yourself negative self-talk, remember what we were talking about earlier? Negative self-talk, you give yourself positive self-talk. So that way you're creating more space to create more for your future with the number 1. Then the number 11 is a master number. So it is an angelic reminder that you seek optimum guidance from your intuition with help of spiritual insight from archangels, which are like Michael,
Mhm.
Metatron. There's
Mhm.
different angels. Um, so with this in mind, try to have a balanced life as much as possible. So angels want you to accept the changes that come into your life in a positive way, if you can.
What about 11:11?
That's what. Oh, 11:11. Okay, let's see. So that was 111, right?
Mhm.
All right, let's look up 11:11. Hold on. Let me see. And it's crazy because 11:11 is going to be in alignment with the number four. So 11:11 sends a powerful message that it's time to trust in new beginnings, your instincts, and more so your aspirations.
Mm.
Trust your new beginnings, trust your instincts, and trust that the goals that you set for yourself. Walk towards that. Let's see. Yep, mental strength, courage, and happiness. And this is the number that can easily bring our desires and thoughts into reality. It's a manifestation number.
Mhm.
So 4 11s is a number of manifestation.
Mhm.
3 11s is a number of, what do we say? Um,
Is somebody singing
I think so. I think somebody is saying.
right there?
Oh, it's a massive number. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
So you want to stay on your path with the 111 and know that you have assistance from the archangels.
Mhm.
Then the manifestation is 11:11. That's the 411.
Mhm.
Then you stand in that energy. Then what you're asking of the archangels and of yourself comes into manifestation with 411. Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so remember when you was talking about the Slender Man?
The Slender Man.
Mhm.
What you
The
mean?
one that you seen in that parking lot one day?
This look. So look. This the Love Chronicles.
I'm just saying it's on my
Yeah.
mind right now, and I have so many questions.
Okay.
Okay, so how did you realize that it was what at what time did you realize it was a Slender Man?
That, well, you know how they say hindsight is the best vision.
Mhm.
So when you're looking at it, you be so scared. This happened to me at the old radio station.
Mhm.
And the I don't even think JD, none of them, I ain't tell none of them about this. Yeah, I did. I told JD. But it's kind of like in one ear out the other. But when you see it and you if you know, you know. First of all, out there at Ellison Field, it's creepy out there at
It
nighttime.
is.
It's real creepy out there. And when you see some figure that's dressed in white clothes, that's tall and white, and it was bald headed, and the arms was at its side, but they were lower than the knee. They were like in the calf area. That's where the fingers
Mm.
stop, like in the calf. And so you looking at it like, bro, I know I'm not looking at what I think I'm looking at. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But it's that frozen fear type thing that
Mhm.
happened. You don't want to move because you don't want the bum rush you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm sitting there looking at it and I'm like looking at it, like following it, like, what the F? And then it turned around and it came back. And when it went back into the darkness, it just disappeared. That was not the only time I saw it.
When was the other time you seen it?
So there was one time that I came out because I used to do the radio. Remember I told you I used to do radio shows late at night
Mhm.
down there, and I'll be the only one down there, and I would leave by myself. So when I
Mm.
leave, and then I'm sitting in the car, and then all of a sudden I see this thing coming up the street, and it gets into a Hummer. It was a Hummer parked directly across the street from the radio station. It went into a shadow, and then the Hummer pulled out with the thing in the car. But it wasn't a regular Hummer because it had like antennas that was on top of it. That was like it looked government.
Mm.
It was weird. I'm telling you, there's something weird about that place out there.
Mm. Mm.
That
Mm.
that Ellison Field place, that place is really, really weird. All them buildings that you can't access, but they got all that stuff outside. Like,
Right.
so, and then it's already been known that Ellison Field goes underground, at
Mm.
least 2 or 3 levels.
To the tunnels.
Because if you go off the back road to Scenic,
Mhm.
you see it. Because you got to go down that
It goes
hill to
like a
go
little
out to. That's
hill.
right. That jump sitting
Dang.
up is levels underground over there,
Mm.
and that place is really, really weird.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
How you got all them businesses sitting on top of a military base?
I think it's in that book that I bought.
Ellisonville?
Mhm.
Where the book at?
Uh-huh.
Oh, the house. Oh, okay.
I gotta bring it next week. Y'all gonna be surprised when I read this book to y'all.
Okay. All right. So we'll do that next week.
Mhm.
But I'm telling you, man, that was some of the weirdest stuff I've seen in Pensacola. Was that Slender Man, and it was a slender. It wasn't Halloween. It was a regular night, and I came there, sat in the car, and I'm looking like, yo. I had a knife on the side of my seat. You know how we do.
Mhm.
Had my knife ready. You come over here. Hey, one of us finna go.
So did you like look at it?
Of course. I
Did
was
it see
sitting by.
you?
I was in my car tinted. The car was tinted.
Mhm.
So you know I could see out, but it couldn't see in. So I'm like, I'm just looking at it and see this was crazy.
Mhm.
So after that whole incident happened, I got onto this wavelength of this thing called the SCP Foundation. You ever heard of that before?
Mhm.
All right, hold on. Telling you, like, I see all of this stuff came out because we had closed that 70-year cycle
Mhm.
on the things that are deemed classified with the government.
Mhm.
So after every 70 years, classified information like who killed Biggie, who shot Tupac,
Mhm.
like the JFK murder, who really did that, all that information comes out from the government because they keep that in a that's called like the deep state.
Mm.
So you keep all of that stuff hidden
Mhm.
in the shadow realm
Mhm.
or in the shadow government.
Mhm.
And so after a certain number of years, you have to expose it. That's just like um now we have this thing where all of our land has been given back to the Aboriginal people.
Mm.
It's all been given back, but we just don't know because that 70-year cycle would have hidden a lot of our ancestors' information.
Mhm.
And now it's all out there for you to see it.
Mm.
And they're trying to circumnavigate, keep it away from you. See
Mm.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's why you turn everybody to the internet. Now you can filter what they can get to see, you
Mhm.
know. But in school, you're gonna research. So check this out. The SCP Foundation. Oh, this junk crazy, man. This junk crazy. Oh, and then we gotta get ready to go because we have a lot of time. So let's see. SCP Foundation. Okay. So this is a wiki. So they make this as if it's fiction.
Mhm.
So when you look at it, it looks like it's like some type of game or something,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But it goes way deep.
Mhm.
So like, and the way that you can measure this is to look at folklore from all around the world
Okay.
of different creatures, different cryptids, entities, stuff
Mhm.
like that, right?
Mhm.
Because this is the warehouse for all of those things. So
Okay.
look, so in the SCP Foundation, let's see, let me see definition. Mm. So this is what it says. The first thing it says, the SCP Foundation is a fictional, you gotta be careful with that word,
Mm.
fictional secret organization fostered by the collaborative, and they call it a wiki project, right?
Mm.
Okay, so the SCP Foundation, we can come in like this. So the SCPs are all numbered, and what SCP stand for is secure, contain, protect.
Mm.
Okay,
Mhm.
now I don't know about y'all, but that sounds pretty official to me.
Mhm.
So you have SCP 1 through infinity.
Mhm.
There's many different creatures, and they have backstories to all of them,
Mhm.
and the backstories go way deep. So let's do SCP 1000, for instance.
Okay.
So SCP 1000 is Bigfoot. Look, we going they tell you that this stuff is false, it's fictional. All right. So look. Now look, this is and each object has a class. So you have Keter class, you have a anomalous class, you got what's up, man? Hold on, I'm about to be out here in a second. Hello. But you got all these different classes, right?
Mhm.
So then look, when you have SCP 1000, it gives you a complete description where they found it, how they found it, what it was doing, what it means for the planet,
Mhm.
and then where it's being contained. And then if you look in here, certain of this has
Some
been
stuff
blacked
blurred
out.
out.
It's been blacked out. These are government
Mm.
documents. You understand? So when you go into the classification of the Bigfoot, you'll find that way early on for the European class race,
Mhm.
there was a race that was controlling that region.
Mm.
Okay. And that they were brilliant.
Mhm.
They were hominid race.
Mhm.
They were monkeys. They
Mm.
were walking monkeys. All right, now look, now you gotta. I'm telling you, man, get deep because you have to go to what's the dude name? Um, Darwin, Charles Darwin.
Mhm. Charles Darwin.
Okay, the theory of evolution.
Mhm.
Okay, so you go into a picture for the theory of evolution. I'm
To
going to
show
show
you
you.
a monkey.
Right. Because what we're missing. So look at this. And I'm sorry to people out there. I know they can't see it, but I'm showing it to you so you can see it. Let me see. Where's that picture at? Series of variation. I don't do that. Show it to me. You got to do?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me see. Theory of evolution. Darwin. Here we go. All right, look. So this is one.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at this. This is where you gotta be aware. So you have a chimpanzee.
Mm-hmm.
Then from a chimpanzee, you have this monkey thing that's kind of standing up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you have this also is a monkey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, it's a man. You have three levels of monkey, and then all of a sudden, it's a man.
Shapeshifter.
Clone, genetic splicing. You see,
Mm-hmm.
if a human being has sex with a primate, for you to be like our ancestors are monkeys,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and it's already this is a science
Mm-hmm.
based on their blood and genetics, right?
Mm-hmm.
For you to have that type of outlook on the world, but here today, if any European or Caucasian has sex with a monkey, they will not produce a child that looks like them, right? It can't happen. So then you have to stop and wonder, if you can't procreate with a monkey today,
Mm-hmm.
but yet you carry the genome,
Mm-hmm.
how'd you get it? Here today, I can take the genetics of a dog
Mm-hmm.
and mix it with the genome of a human being and create something.
Mm-hmm.
This has always been a scientific practice.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you think they came from?
Science.
So now they have the genetics of primates
Mm-hmm.
mixed with genetic code of the aboriginal races that were already on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, which one? Because you have to pay attention because these things is like I'm telling you that it gets thicker. Blood gets thicker. Now we
Mm-hmm.
started this from the SCP Foundation now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all of this is relative to each other. So when you go watch a movie called Planet of the Apes, that's what you're looking at. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at the genetic splicing that happened when you added aboriginal DNA to
Mm-hmm.
primate blood. And you created a class of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's where you get Bigfoot from.
Mm-hmm.
Now you go, then there's if you go look on the Disney Channel, no, I'm sorry, Prime Video, there's a movie came out that's a cartoon. It's called Son of Bigfoot. Go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then in the movie, in the Son of Bigfoot movie, he told his son, he said, look at you. You have all of the traits of the Bigfoot without the fur. That's what he said. And he was talking to a little white boy. He
Mm-hmm.
said, you have all the traits of Bigfoot, but you don't have the fur. Smart, because these Bigfoot class of people of beings were superiorly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about this one day because it gets interesting. Even in Russia, this history they don't want us to know.
Mm-hmm.
In Russia, they caught a Bigfoot. This
Mm-hmm.
was way earlier, 17 something, 16 something, if not further back. They caught a Bigfoot female.
Mm-hmm.
They were reproducing with the Bigfoot female and creating children. Look, all of this is document. This is history. This is Russian history. It's not nothing I'm making up. This is Russian history. Okay. So we can go pull up the history and sit here and read it verbatim so people can see it. This is Russian history. This is not me just talking. And that's
That's
real.
crazy.
This world is a crazy place. And that is why we have so much of the racial disparity stuff going on. All of these things have an origin.
Mm-mm.
Everything has an origin. Now, mind you, we started from an SCP Foundation,
Mhm.
from leaked documents,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And it just gets deeper.
Mhm.
There's so much stuff going on right here in our face right now that we're unaware of. Pocket dimensions, all these type of things.
Mm-mm.
You watch Ant-Man?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a reality. This is real. You feel me? It's all perception.
Wow,
So anyway,
that's crazy.
we've had a good long show today. I feel like it was like an hour and a half.
Mhm. It was.
Um,
Mhm.
talking about random stuff. Yeah, this is Beauty in the Brains podcast, man. I'm here with Moelle. Welcome her back, and we will be back next week.
We will. I
Um,
have better questions for y'all next week.
it's gonna be interesting, especially if you bring that book in.
I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna put it right in my car.
Okay, so we're gonna have the book in. That's gonna be talking about some Pensacola stuff, and then we have a new segue that we're gonna be bringing to Beauty in the Brains podcast, and we'll be announcing that soon, historical wise.
Okay.
All right, so everybody have a blessed Saturday, Veterans Day. If you see a veteran on the side of the road, reach out to them, man. Give them $1 or something. You know what I'm saying? Just show them that you appreciate them for what they going through, what they have to deal with. If this their day, gonna try to add a blessing to their day, be a blessing to somebody. But other than that, man, we really have nothing else except gonna go enjoy the rest of the day. So I'm Luke, and this is Beauty in the Brains podcast. Oh, before we go, YouTube, like, share, and subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Make sure y'all doing that. And then if you're feeling froggy, you can definitely donate to the cash apps that's at the bottom there, just so we can keep this going. You know what I'm saying? Take care of housekeeping, stuff like that. We appreciate everybody. Merch coming soon. Merch coming soon. I'm out.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.